Here's Archie. Today I want to talk about vocal layering and stacking to create wide and epic vocals in a pre-chorus build-up type of situation, but to still have the vocals sound coherent and like one voice. And to show you this, I'm going to demonstrate on my recent release, Whole Again, featuring Mjoymusic. So she sent me over vocals that she actually tuned a little bit, comped, so they already sounded pretty good. And but the first thing that you're going to want to do is if you just have one vocal line, comp it out, so make sure the timing is right, the tuning is right, do a little bit of gain automation within the clip. Then, if you do this and you only have one vocal take, you can copy this over a couple times and use the other channels for a left and a right to get the wide experience. But first, let me show you the main vocal here.
It's the bed on my end, put all of this in your hands, not strong enough to hold.
So then what I did is I copied this vocal over to a left and a right channel.
It's the bed on my end, put all of this in your hands, not strong enough to hold.
I moved the left one over by a few milliseconds and the right one over forward by a few milliseconds. You can also detune them slightly in addition. Just make sure they're not too close to the original vocal or you'll have phase issues and the vocals won't sound as impactful and loud.
It's the bed on my end, put all. It's the bed on my end, put all of this in your.
Now, it's even preferred if you can have multiple vocal takes to use different vocals for the left and right channel, and then you don't even have to adjust the timing to the left and right. As long as you get the timing in line with the other vocals, then just the way that the singer sings differently will make it sound like a wider vocal. Now, in addition, I have another stack of vocals that I actually took from the break, where it's a little bit of a slower section.
Place the bed on my end, put all of this.
So I took those vocals that I had and kind of smashed them together.
Place the bed on my end, put all of this in your head, not strong enough.
And I added some chorus, some distortion, a little bit, just to give it a different feel. So this is what I like to do, is just have a lead line, a group of wide vocals that are the same as the lead, and then another group that has some sort of effect that kind of has distortion, is EQ'd a little bit, maybe heavily compressed or tuned. And this can just thicken up the vocal and create a mysterious vibe, a unique sound design to the vocal. You don't want to mix this layer in too loud or the wide vocals. So you get all of these together, and then with the instrumental playing, you mix the volumes in to the amount that sounds right to your ear.
Place the bed on my end, put all of this in your hands, not strong enough to hold it in. With all of you, I'm whole again. I hate it lying to your face.
So just make sure that you spend a lot of time getting the placement and the gain automation right, so that everything is clean and there isn't too much difference in the timing of the layers, so that everything can sound like one voice together. Also, make sure that your secondary backup layers aren't too loud. You can go a little bit louder on the wide vocals if you don't have as many things going on, and if this is your artistic choice. It's often a trap that we fall into where we'll make pads really wide with chorus effects, maybe the top layer of the bass wide, different percussion going on, reverbs that fill up the whole space, and then trying to jam in wide vocals on top of that makes for a really messy mix where you can't clearly tell that the vocals are wide. So I would maybe make some of the instrumental elements a little bit narrower, take away some things, see how that sounds before continuing to turn up the volume of your wide vocal elements. Now this is a pretty dreamy song and a dreamy section of the song. I actually have more reverb here than I do for the verse vocals, and that's just to add some intensity and some cinematic feel to the build-up before a drier chorus comes in. What I did is I made the vocals pretty long, but without too high of a mix. So a high reverb tail length, a little bit of pre-delay. I have the vocals, the reverb ducking a bit when the vocals come in. so that the vocals sound a little bit cleaner even with a higher reverb amount.
It's the bit of my and put all of this in your hands. Not strong enough to hold it in. With all of you, I'm whole again. I hate it.
Now, alternatively, you could have a shorter reverb tail, maybe a little bit higher mix with a decent pre-delay time on the reverb, and get a similar effect. Just be careful, and you'll kind of have to go back and forth, test A/B test these. Just be careful not to have a high reverb tail and a high mix at the same time, unless you have nothing else going on and you're going for that type of style. But in general, lower reverb mixes make the same impact, but a cleaner mix. And when you're doing the reverbs, have the instrumental playing at the same time so you can hear how it sounds together. When you turn off the reverb and it sounds kind of jarring, that means that the reverb is doing what it should, and it doesn't need to be higher than that. I wish I could break down a little bit more, but this actually isn't even the mixed version of the song. I got a new M1 Mac recently, and I had to change all of my plugins and everything. So pulling this project over was a little bit of a hassle, so it's kind of pieced together. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be doing more videos of breaking down production in the future, so stay tuned and hit that subscribe button if you want to check any of those out. My goal for the coming months is collaborating with new singers, getting different types of singers on my tracks. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.
I'm here forever. It's the